Hey, and welcome to a new episode. Today I'm going to show you something I'm doing with the wiring for the doors, starting with the passenger door. So as you can see, the door is off, the wing is off, so that gives me enough room to tackle this little endeavor. So this is the old door. It was completely manual, so somebody hacked a hole here. I don't know actually why, because there was no wiring going to the door whatsoever. So manual mirror, manual window, no power locks, nothing. So that's going to change quite dramatically. So I got all this stuff here now, and I will just quickly walk you through what they are for. So obviously a big black one, that's gonna be the ground. So I will just hook that up to the door. So the whole door is grounded, because I don't want to have ground going through the hinges, because that's a little bit intermittent, and I want to have a steady, stable ground. So I got a nice thick one, which is thick enough for the purpose I'm using it for. Not sure actually what the thickness is, but probably about 2.5 millimeters, that is. Then we have this one. It's a 3-1. That's for the power mirror. That is actually this one. Let me get it here. So that's the one. You probably already saw it in an earlier episode with the sequential mirror, or the sequential indicator behind the glass. So this is all prepped and ready to go. So there are some cables coming out of this, and this one here is actually the one for the power mirror. So then the red black one is for the sequential indicator. So that just feeds 12 volt. That is going to be, let's see, that's going to be this 10. No, it's going to be this blue wire, because blue is the one for the driver indicator. So it's the same as running to the front in the other side. So the passenger, it will be, I think, either green or dark blue. Then I'm going to install power windows. So I got this one from the junkyard. Unfortunately, it was already pre-cut, so that kind of sucks. But this is the two switch, so the driver and the passenger. Let me just put you down here. This goes to the power motor, which I got over here. So power motor. If you got a manual window, you can actually drill out the manual gearing and put the power motor in. So it's a very easy swap to do, but just search that up on the web. So this goes in here, very straightforward, and you got your power to the window motor. And the way it works is you have your pink and your black, which is powered. So this is not a hot wire. This goes through the ignition, so only when the ignition, I think, is in accessory or in ignition, you will be able to operate the windows. Ground, of course, is always ground. Then you've got these two going to the driver glass or the driver motor, and then you have these two which are going to the passenger motor. Since I don't have the entire wire loom, because this vehicle came without power windows, I'm going to use this loudspeaker cable. Very straightforward. Just solder them together, and this one strand, those two will run to the other door, where there's a simplified wiring loom for the driver or for the passenger, because there's only one switch. So pretty much the same setup, power, ground, and those two coming in. So yeah, quite straightforward. So that's that. Then we got another couple of cables left. Got the blue, yep. Then we've got this one that's going to be for the door lock. Since I'm going to shave this door, there will be no door handle on the outside. So there will be a little switch to open the door, This will control power going to the solenoid, actually the relay that's going to engage the solenoid. So off this there's a red wire that's going to be connected to the solenoid, ground of course via the door body or door frame. Yeah, and this one goes via the switch, and that will trigger the power to the relay. It's going to be ground switched, so as soon as ground is put onto the was it 85 or 86, not sure yet, terminal of the relay, it will engage and the door can be opened. Yeah, so there's one left, and that's this nice twisted one from I think it's Stinger cabling. I got a whole strand of this stuff, about 100 meters, so I was quite lucky to buy this. And this is going to be for the door speakers. I will be tackling that in another video, probably months ahead, or in months, where the whole door part, so the lower part here, there will be two 6.5 mid woofers or mid bass woofers, and those will be fed from this cable. And as you can see already preliminary here, routed it back because there will be an amplifier powering those speakers. Only thing I'm still missing, no, already put it in. So I've got another red one, and that's gonna be permanent power. So one will be switched for the window, and one is permanent for the solenoid, for the door popper. So yeah, that's about it. Something I did off camera because as I said, there was no wires coming from the body to the door, so I had to make this hole. So I got one of these nice cutting dies. Let me just put you down again. So the way this works is you got this steel cup and this cutting thing, which is quite sharp actually. So you drill a small hole to feed this threaded thing through, and basically what you do is you just tighten it until those hit, and you press this whole thing through the steel, and then you're left with a nice hole with this diameter. However, these are much larger, so instead of this diameter, it's actually this diameter. I think it's about 45-ish millimeters. So yeah, I don't have a drill that big, because who has a drill of 45-ish millimeters? So what I did is then with my little Dremel, went around a couple of times, then pie cut it, snap all the things off, then grind them down, and that was just enough space or diameter to feed this one in. So yeah, I think it's sitting very nice and flush now. It's secured, it's solid. Washed it down a little bit to prevent some corrosion. Apparently there was also a hole drilled here, no idea why, so I put a little rubber boot in. Yeah, and on the inside it's probably difficult to see with this light, but everything is coming out. There will be a beauty panel, this one, that will basically slide in like so, and then it will be screwed down, which is hiding all the wiring. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Leave a like if you want to, subscribe if you like to, and see you on the next one. Take care, bye bye, toodaloo.